Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard caps apply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Wednesday. We are officially midweek, and you know that means for members, we do have an after show right after this live show concludes. We have a lot of news for you. Oh, my word. I honestly don't even know where to start. We have the Senate. There's a lot of confusion over the Clarity Act. The banks are absolutely freaking out today. JP Morgan is tokenizing things, pretending that this is the first time they're doing something, but of course it is not. eToro news, XRP news, Iran news. We also have European news. Yes, the French central bank is actually going against the ECB, our favorite people, of course. Just kidding. So you guys are going to be in for it today. It is going to be spicy, spicy headlines. So if you guys are ready for the zest, the news, the education, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal. Let me go pick that up. Uh-oh, we lost a subscriber. But 25,500 is the goal. 26 more. Let's go. Again, please smash the like. You know what? Maybe we have to do a like blitz today. I don't know. We're going to have to see how this goes. But we're going to pop off today. Please say good morning to me as I say good morning to you, and check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off and go up to the moon with Uphold. It's going to be a great time. All right, let's talk about it. We got Flat Earth, good morning. We got Silver Days, Doge Bull, Mike Volmer, Chipper, good morning. Mama Shadow's here. Who else? David Bulls is all over the place. I love it. John White, good morning. He said Benny Johnson is not letting me on his podcast. He's trying to corner Benny Johnson. I mean, listen, Benny Johnson is a man that has free will. I will say, though, that I hope that he does join the Zesty family and he goes ahead and lets me on his podcast because I am a local and I could go see this individual. But this is his most recent post. It's about his family, so I guess we can't raid that one. I feel bad about that. What don't I feel the worst about? All right, yeah, this one. Get this one. Go under this one with important guests that he tagged. Go under this post and tag Benny Johnson and say, Randy needs to be on the show. Go corner him if you would like to. Who else is here? Oh my gosh, I lost my place. Mark Smithson is here. Peace. Good morning. Black Hat, as always, thank you to you. We have Alex Kaimana. Good morning. Verhoofdy Floof. Nice to see you. Loco for Crypto. Nice to see you. Paco is here. What up? Ray K. Good morning. Joe Harvey. James on Random. Mike Mazzone, Yukio are on X. Elric is here. Good morning. Wealth Panda XRP. Good morning to you, bestie. All right. Rob C, good morning. Everyone, good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm actually like heating up right now. I don't know why my apartment just got so hot. Give me a second. Randi Hipper.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie.
Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream.
Okay, I'm back. Hello, M2, Fitz, everyone, good morning. Ian said Bitcoin is still dropping. I know she's dropping like it's hot, but we already know we want her to go down. So we'll talk about the price action right now, actually. Okay, here we go. So proof of bubbles. There is no bubbles today. I don't know what's going on with the website, but We do have our chartery, so we're going to go here. Bitcoin, man, 79,640. Oh, no. We're flopping around here. $79,650 just about. We are down about 1% right now. Looking over here at Bitcoin again, this is the third day of red. If we end up closing in the red, which it looks like we might, again, we slightly almost tested, like literally almost. We were so darn close to testing that 200-day SMA, but it seems like the weight of the 200-day SMA is holding us down. And we're going to look back here at 76K. I'm telling you guys, like, I don't know why my heart just screams 76K. This is a level that we need to hold as support. I don't care what anyone's saying. I want this to happen. Bitcoin needs to retrace so that way she gains more confidence to go and test the 200-day SMA. We could test, reject it, have a good time, and eventually pass it and go right up to 93, 94K. That's just what my heart wants. It's what she desires right now, and I think it makes the most sense for the chart. So people are complaining. We'll call that a proper test. LOL, close enough. I think it would honestly be a proper test if we went back to 76K and tested it to hold support. It's the only thing I could really think of, especially if we really tested the 200-day SMA and had the ugliest rejection ever. Oh boy, I think it would be 60K. Would be our ultimate bearish scenario. I don't know. Dominic is asking, is it safe? What is unsafe? Let me know. What is safe? What is unsafe? If you have a question, let me know. I would very much love to help people enter this lovely space. So if you do have questions about Bitcoin, crypto, how this works, then I'm more than happy to help you out too. I'll also be going and teaching a class next week at a high school, my former high school actually, and it's going to be a really great time, and I will upload that full Bitcoin 101 to every platform ever. So I got you guys, don't worry. We're going to do some education. But while we are looking at the charts, let's not forget market Cipher here. We also have a red dot printed that's pulling down this momentum. VWAP is down like a little anchor right here. Also, the money flow is pulling back as well. Looking at this RSI, we are plummeting. This is bullish, although it's not technically bullish, but in my mind, it's bullish. Because if we look at this RSI, the last time we have been bearish was back here in April. That is a good amount of time for us to gain some traction here in this bullish end of things. Again, if you're above the 50 line, you are officially bullish. I would love to retrace on this RSI because the more we retrace, the more we have to run to the upside. So this is extremely bullish for me. I think Bitcoin pulling back is amazing. And again, I agree with BBB that's over there on TikTok. We are still early, 100%. I agree with that. So I think... will the class be recorded and posted? Yes, 100%. I've done them in the past too. If you guys go to my YouTube channel, let me just show this to you guys before I head out of here. Go into breaking news headlines. If you go to my YouTube channel, look at our YouTube channel. Look how pretty our YouTube channel is. All these playlists. You guys could go to event speaking. You can see my keynote speeches and things like that. Also, my Bitcoin 101 from 2 years ago, 2024 is right here. Last year, I wasn't able to go back because of scheduling, whatever. But I am going back this year, obviously, on Tuesday. So this is an example of a Bitcoin 101 that I've done. I also did it the year before that as well. So I think this is going to be like my third or fourth time going back to that school and going to do this. So yeah, it'll get posted, but there's already examples here. I did definitely go ahead and like redo the entire presentation as well to make it cool and more Gen Z. And so I just thank Canva for this. Canva really helped me out. And we could talk about oil in a little bit. Remind me to do an oil check. But it will get posted. The Bitcoin 101 will be posted. Don't fret, it will happen. Okay, guys. We're going to go into breaking news headlines. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I do ask kindly that you please smash the like, do a little boop, a little boop, 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 on the like button. Show some love. Okay. Now that we're done booping, it is time for breaking news headlines. And it seems like Iran, oh boy, there is tea and apparently their money. Oh, it went to the deep freeze. Let's do it. Guys, Iran has been moving Bitcoin, accepting Bitcoin as payment, but not only that. For a little while, they have been accumulating stablecoins, Tether, and USDC, other stablecoins. And I was very surprised that they would do that. Well, if you look at what's been happening with Iran, when the rebellion started late 2025 going into 2026, we started to see the rial, the Iranian currency, like we have the dollar in the US, Iran has the rial, just completely collapsed. It is worthless. And so they shut down the internet when that currency collapsed. So people were, of course, using BitChat, created by Jack Dorsey, who also created Twitter. And this is an app that allowed people to communicate, send messages to one another, and send Bitcoin to one another over Bluetooth. This was a very important tool, but it went to show again the use case of Bitcoin and something that is decentralized, something that is not tied to a government or a centralized entity. Also, Iran, obviously has the Strait of Hormuz. They were like, hey, bros, if you want to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, you're going to have to give us Bitcoin. Why? Again, because it is censorship resistant. No one can freeze it. What I found really odd about Iran over the past few years, which I have made videos about in the past and is now coming to even brighter light now, is the fact that they have been accepting stablecoins, which again, it's something separate from the rial, and the dollar isn't worthless yet. But why would they accept stablecoins when they know that they could have their assets frozen? It doesn't make sense. I was really questioning the Iranian government. I was like, they seem to be smart people to a degree. Why would they go and accept a currency that can be frozen by the US and the three-letter agencies associated with people like Tether? Tether is very against criminal activity. They're also, despite the government's hatred for them, they are very loyal to the US and very loyal to the three-letter agencies. Now, according to Arkham Intelligence, a blockchain intelligence industry company, they mapped out Iran's central bank funds, which led to a $344 million freeze in Tether USDT. This is major news, and I think people are missing this 100% right now. Blockchain analytics platform Arkham published what it says is a public on-chain map of crypto wallets attributed to Iran's central bank, making a pair of US-sanctioned Tron addresses publicly searchable for investigators and the wider public. This is wild that it's on Tron, but Tron is fast, I have to say. Tron works. The move could increase scrutiny of how Iranian-linked entities use stablecoins and blockchain networks to move funds outside of trad banking rails as U.S. authorities intensify sanctions enforcement tied to terrorism financing and oil revenues. Arkham's May 11th research post groups the wallets into a Central Bank of Iran entity page in Explorer, which the firm says can be used as a starting point to trace connected addresses and flows. The map is built on two Tron wallets, let's just say to avoid confusion, Tron wallets, that the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, added to its specifically designated nationals list on April 24th as a property of Bank Markazi Johumuri Islami Iran. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Citing links to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which again is the IRGC, and Hezbollah. U.S. authorities froze about $344 million in crypto linked to Iran as part of the action, according to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, describing this effort as one to systematically degrade Tehran's ability to generate, move, and basically control their own money. And Tether also said separately that they froze funds at the request of, again, the three-letter agencies from the U.S. over activity tied to unlawful conduct without explicitly naming Iran in its public statement. So now we're seeing that Iran has a pipeline. They, of course, have a major crypto footprint in Iran. A February report on Iran's digital assets footprint cites estimates from TRM Labs and Chainalysis, putting the country's overall crypto transaction volumes at about $11.4 billion in 2024 and $10 billion in 2025. And so then in April, they went ahead and said, we're going to have crypto-denominated tolls to ships to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. And so We also knew that there was reports that Tether froze more than $500 million in USDT over a 30-day period over Ethereum networks and Tron networks. So we're seeing right now that Iran is trying to use stablecoins, but the US is clocking them and said, hey, bro, you're going to do this. Just know that we will freeze your funds. So where are they going to go next? Now, this is like playing like 5,000D chess right now. Because if we have Iran accepting stablecoins, within, like, again, US stablecoins, the US has to be very, 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 very careful about how they proceed. Because right now, we can see where their money is going. We know what they're spending it on, theoretically. But if we continue to freeze their funds with US dollars, which, again, it's a rock and a hard place, but let's say they're doing what they're doing now, freezing Iran's funds. Where is Iran going to go next? Either Bitcoin or the Chinese yuan. All of these BRICS nations, guys, we've been talking about it for years. We've been talking about it for years. All these other nations, China and everyone that they interact with, wants to de-dollarize the world, meaning not use the dollar as a means of trade. If the dollar wants to maintain itself as the most powerful dominant currency in the world, it has to play smart. Because Iran, if they keep getting their dollars frozen, they're going to go to the Chinese yuan, or they're going to go to Bitcoin, which, again, no one can stop. But at least the Chinese would have control over Iran using the yuan. So I'm just letting you know that China's going to try to sneak their little hands in there and say, hey, Iran, LOL, they're going to freeze your funds in the US with the US dollar stablecoins. Come use our yuan. Come on, use our yuan. So I'm telling you right now, the US has to play 5,000D chess, because if they use the yuan and they create a different blockchain to use the yuan, they could privatize that blockchain. We can't see where the money goes. But if they use Bitcoin and dollar stablecoins, we do know where that money ends up going. So US Gov, good luck. We're going to look at oil, as the Strait of Hormuz is still a problem, and this war is still warring. Please go ahead and check out oil. Also, I'm going to ask everyone to unlike the stream, remove your like, and we're all going to like at the same time because I see the suppression here and I don't enjoy it, so we're going to game the system. So everyone unlike, and then after I go over the oil price, you're going to re-like the stream on YouTube. If you are on TikTok, please go to youtube.com/missteencrypto and like the stream. Okay. So everyone unlike, we're going to re-like in just a moment. Oil check. Guys, give me your gas prices in your local area. I would love to know. Give me your local gas prices. We're still about $4.50 over here in Florida where I am. Oil is 103, and we're looking at it being 1.1% in the green, which is bad for all of us. We are just about cooked, best friends. And we are looking at the level above of 117. Again, we have tested this just about twice within the last few months. Beginning of March, we did test 117, had a wick high of like, 119? Yep. And then we were about $117, $118 when we tested this again on April 7th. So it just seems like we're kind of bouncing around between this range of about $77, $76 oil to $117 oil. Randi from Iowa, pop off. User 007, $6? No, $6 gas is blasphemous. But I think we should protest. We should protest. Give us low gas. If we have majority of the oil in this darn world, then why are we paying so much for gas? Like, you're killing everyone. Like, literally, I don't even want to leave my house because it's too expensive to fill up my car. I paid $50 to fill up my car the other day, and I wasn't even on freaking empties. I was just filling up 3/4 of a tank, and I paid $50. My heart freaking broke. And on top of that, I have to pump my own gas in Florida. I'm putting myself at risk to fill up my gas tank. $50. Gone. Gone. Everyone's going to be poor. We're going to be poor. Okay, guys, now that you have unliked the stream, I'm going to ask you to re-like it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Everyone smash the like, please. Boomdock Saint. Oh my God, what is that? Something just popped up on out of the corner of my eye. It was a little trophy cake. Oh, thank you so much. I don't even know how that works. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. 1,000 joules. What's 1,000 joules? What's happening? I don't even know what that means. I think YouTube's got new stuff going on because I've never seen that before. But I am excited, guys. Please smash the like. Let's move forward. Wow, you guys are 575 in Central California. That's 650 in Northern California. What? $7.10 in Malibu. What? Stop. Nicholas 540 in Chicago. That's ridiculous. Sola Hefe sent a high five for 100 joules. What does this mean? This is so cool. Thank you, guys. Angriest American. The USA pumps oil for like 45 bucks a barrel, but they sell on the open market. Like, what is happening? I need to know. Why are we paying $1 million? Kansas is still at $3.99. Okay, I guess we're moving to Kansas. We're all going to Kansas. Boys and girls, we're going to Kansas. I can't. I can't. Okay, thank you guys. We have the Newsom tax. Freaking Gavin Newsom. What a freaking turd. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep going with our breaking news headlines. Now this. Oh, you want to hear something? I'm gonna tell you. France's central banker clashed with our best friend. Just kidding. The most evil woman on the planet. One of the most evil women on the planet, Christine Lagarde. If you guys don't know who Christine Lagarde is, she is the woman that claims we need the central banks. If we don't have the central banks, we're just too stupid to survive. And so Christine Lagarde is the president of the European Central Bank. And of course, the European Central Bank likes to speak for everyone and says that we will never like Bitcoin. We'll never like crypto. DeFi isn't really DeFi. And then we have this video from the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, which is basically a conglomerate of central bankers. Again, no one elected these people, but they decide how the world runs via money, because money influences everything from politics to the economy and sentiment and, all of these things. So this caught me by surprise this morning when the French Central Bank, again, they want the digital euro. We have videos of a central banker from Europe, from France about 3 years ago that was like, hey guys, we love CBDCs. We're going to have the digital euro for retail and wholesale. They told us that years ago. But this guy is clashing with Christine Lagarde, another central banker from France, because of the private digital euro plans. What is he upset about? I don't know. Oh, One House, what's up? Member for 3 months at Randy Rocks. Keep up the good work. Canada loves you. Oh, I love my Canadians too, except for Gio. But you guys are great. Love you guys. Okay. France's central bank deputy governor called Tuesday for the mobilization of all relevant European players, public and private, to develop tokenized money. Again, this gets a little dirty here. Beau's comments are in stark contrast with the ECB President Christine Lagarde's recent speech, in which she said that the case for promoting euro-denominated stablecoins is far weaker than it appears. Why is she not liking stablecoins? Because Christine is an extremist, crazy, allegedly crazy, insane woman, allegedly, that wants to control everything about your life. And if you want me to pull up videos of how much she wants to control your life, I will, because I have videos of her from literally 3 years ago. So she doesn't want stablecoins. She wants a straight up digital euro CBDC, because if you are transacting and you're in the gray market, then you get to go to jail, because she just doesn't like that you're transacting without her permission. Though, is she stopping her private jet flights? Is she abiding by all of these rules with the carbon footprints that don't exist? I mean, I don't think so. She described the stablecoin market as risk, amplifying the vulnerabilities we are trying to overcome. What she's telling you when it comes down to these vulnerabilities is exactly what the banks in Europe were already saying, which is that if we have stablecoins, and people are using, especially dollar-denominated stablecoins, then it takes away the low-cost funding mechanism that the banks use for borrowing and lending. Because the banks are insolvent, they actually don't have money, and they're complete con artists, and it's a business. People don't realize banks are a business. Businesses fail. And so Beau, this guy from the French Central Bank, said that private sector solutions are necessary for economic development. Thank you for some common sense. The different views, though, reveal a growing concern in Europe over the digital dollarization. Again, stablecoin sectors projected to rise to the trillions of dollars, not euros, dollars, in the coming years. A lack of euro-pegged currencies could force European capital into dollar-backed assets, which is true. He said in an interview, to ensure a sound development of tokenized finance in Europe, its payment and settlement asset pillar should be in euro and built on the solid foundation of our current two-tier monetary system. He outlined a triple objective for the region, which requires the EU to adapt central bank money services, develop pan-European solutions, and tokenize private money issued by financial institutions under MiCA, which is their whole regulatory framework over there. What I will say, again, because Lagarde agrees with the need for other assets, again, euro-denominated stuff, but she doesn't want dollars. She wants the digital CBDC euro. And she says that USDC, USDT pose financial stability risks for Europe and can transmit stress to the underlying asset markets during periods of turmoil. Now, if she was smart, Christine Lagarde, what would she say? Oh, let's promote stable coins because then they're going to have to buy our treasuries. And if they buy European treasuries, then that helps our economy. And then in turn, these people that run these stable coins are going to have to put some money in the bank for their reserves as well. So it ultimately helps the banking system. But no, Christine doesn't think that far because she's absolutely tyrannical. She's absolutely tyrannical. What's going on in the chat? I'm getting like pinged everywhere. What's happening? I don't see anything in the chat. But yeah, no, this is just getting absolutely ridiculous. I don't see anything in the chat, guys. What ad is funny? What happened? Someone tell me. I just lost my flow. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with this stuff that's going on with Christine Lagarde. I think she's in full Delulu land. And so what they are also upset about is this fact right here, that US dollar stable coins account for 98% of the stable coin market. Absolutely. So that's what they're upset about. They're upset about the dollar and they're hurting their own ego. And Christine thinks that she owns you. She owns the absolute world. And if you don't listen to her, then you get nothing. She wants you to own nothing, be happy. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So that's what's going on here. So the central bankers are fighting each other, but they're not really because, again, Bo still wants the Euro CBDC. That's what he wants. So Bo is saying that we should have both stablecoins and CBDCs, but he should say we should have neither. But he's a central banker, so that's what he's going to say. He doesn't have a choice. He does not have a choice in this matter. But Christine Lagarde is someone that wants to take everything from you. She does not care about you. She is an absolute evil individual. And if you don't believe me, then you know what? We're going to go and pull up. Where is this? ECB president. There we go. Where's Christine Lagarde? This freaking crazy woman. I was gonna say a bad word, but we don't do bad words. Okay, listen, this is Christine Lagarde. This is her opinion. If you are an average individual, you are too dumb. You are too dumb. We're too dumb to own our own economy. And she literally said, again, this is from March of 2023, says, if the banks don't use CBDCs, they're going to lose control. She said the quiet part out loud here.
Where do we stand? We central bankers, we have been operating as a monetary anchor in relation to the commercial banks and the private money. If we are not in that game, if we are not involved in experimenting, in innovating in terms of digital central bank money, we risk losing the role of anchor that we have played for many, many decades. And we have historical examples of period where the central bank monetary anchor was not there, And that precipitated crisis after crisis. That certainly was the case at the time of the free banking
If you don't have us, there's total chaos because you guys are not smart enough.
in the 19th century. Do we want to go back to those days? Probably not. I would say certainly not from our vantage point, as a result of which we have to respond to the demand for those digital payments in order to maintain the role of anchor that we have been playing regularly.
Again, she's been using this word for over 3 years. And it's not just her. It's the central bank PR team, because we've literally seen articles. Guys, we've seen articles lately about different central bankers saying we need to maintain ourselves as an anchor. Who is doing the PR for the central banks? Because you're so awful at it. So awful. You're telling, we need to be an anchor of the monetary. Literally shush. Shut it. Shut it. And then this is also Christine Lagarde around the same time. So the first clip was from March of 2023. This is from April of 2023. And she is being asked about Bitcoin and how people want Bitcoin so they're not controlled by people like her. Then she goes and tells us that if we spend a certain amount of money without her permission, then you are in the black market and you can be arrested. Listen to this. This is what she wants. She wants control. She's psychotic, allegedly.
You know, it's the beauty of Europe. It has different positions. If you ask in Northern Europe, for instance, in the Netherlands, they're quite happy to see the euro coming. If you ask a young German man, he'll say, yeah, fine. As I said, I don't want Meta, Google, or Amazon to suddenly come up with a currency that would take over the sovereignty of Europe. I don't want a foreign currency to become the currency of trading within Europe. So we have to be ready.
No, the problem is they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what?
Psycho.
Now we have in Europe this threshold. Above 1,000 euros, you cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the gray market. So you take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail.
Did you hear that? I want to replay that for you. If you spend over 1,000 euros and she doesn't like it, you're going to jail because you're considered you're in the gray market. What the actual does that mean? Listen to this again. This is allegedly psychotic behavior.
Market. So you take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go. Now we have in Europe this threshold. Above 1,000 euros, you cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the gray market. So you take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail. But
that's wild.
The digital euro is going to have a limited amount of control. There will be control. You're right. You're completely right. We are considering whether for very small amounts, you know, anything that is around 300, 400 euros, we could have a mechanism where there is zero control. But that could be dangerous. The terrorist attacks on France.
So they have the ability to not control your life, but she says, for your safety, we have to control your life and put you in jail.
Back 10 years ago, were entirely financed by those very small anonymous credit cards that you can recharge in total anonymity.
I just want to play that for you. I play that every once in a while. For the past 3 years, I play these two clips back to back so you see how crazy these people are. And if you don't hear audio, it's because audio doesn't come through on TikTok. You have to go to YouTube, pretty please. But this is the problem. If you spend over $1,000 in cash, which is going to translate to actual cash in the future as well, Bitcoin or dollar stable coins, if you're transacting over $1,000 without saying, Mommy, Christine, can you please let me spend money? Then she's going to throw you in jail or fine you, whatever one you can pay for. Is that not tyrannical? Am I crazy? I'm just letting you know. This is what she wants. And what this other guy from the French Central Bank was saying was like, hey, yo, I think you're going too far, lady. We need both your CBDC and the euro, which we don't need the CBDC, but she doesn't want stablecoins because the banks are failing. The EU is an absolute hot mess. They are economically destroying themselves in the EU. There are people protesting left and right because they don't like the amount of illegal individuals that are coming into their country and destroying their culture. This is the problem in the EU. But people can't start rebelling against the regime if they have a CBDC that's absolutely controlled. That's why Bitcoin, this is why cash, this is why we need decentralized cryptocurrencies and even Litecoin that is transparent yet private optionally, because that is what you need. This is the anchor of the monetary system. Not you, not your psycho central bankers that think that you can control the world and tell us to own nothing, be happy while you're on private jets, while you're doing God knows what with God knows who, and ball worshiping. We're done. Oh, we're done. This is part of the spiritual war. She is leading the spiritual war. She is one of the leaders of the spiritual war. It is disgusting. It's blasphemous. It is the mark. And we rebuke the mark. We rebuke that. So I'm just letting you know what is happening. And that was an update in the EU. Now we're going to go to South Korea, because I am too lit, I am too on fire, and I am freaking mad about the central bankers that they are so buck wild that they think they can control the entire freaking world. They're going to get the most crazy reality check of their life soon. So please smash the like, put noodle emojis in the chat, because your girl has officially lost it for the morning, and this just really set me ablaze, and I hope people realize and wake up what's going on, because it's getting weird. It's getting freaking weird. Telling me what to do. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Anyway, let's talk about XRP in South Korea. If you guys don't know, XRP is very popular in South Korea. Put XRP emojis in the chat. Here's for the algo, XRP Ripple. XRP is just dominating volume on the exchanges in South Korea, topping Bitcoin, topping ETH. XRP's popping off. Let's talk about this, because I know there's a lot of XRP fans in this chat. XRP is back at the top of South Korean trading screens again. Gen Z, particularly, for some reason, loves XRP in South Korea, probably because they think they can get the most upside with that one. But the token's won pair, again, South Korea's currency is the won, WON. It was the most traded market on Upbit over the past 24 hours, with about $110.9 million in volume, ahead of Bitcoin's $88.6 million and Ether $67 million, according to CoinGecko data. On BitThumb, XRP won recorded about $41 million in volume, breaking second behind USDT and the won, and above Bitcoin won and ETH won. That matters because Korea has been one of the longest XRP active markets. Like, they pop off over there, and pre-action has been muted, but XRP traded near $1.44 to $1.45 across the two exchanges, up nearly 3% this week. And again, we could go take a look at what's going on here with XRP. It is at $1.42 at the moment. We are down about 0.5%. We keep fiddling over here with about that $1.44. We need to test it, pass it, and eventually go to that 200-day SMA, which I have a feeling will meet the 200-day SMA probably somewhere around here. But if we reject the $1.44, we are looking down at 118. Again, we are down 0.5%. We're seeing a red dot freshly printed on Market Cipher. Whether this plays out, we do not know. We will keep calm, huddle on, and watch. The VWAP is down, money flow is stagnant, and the RSI is having quite the pullback right now, although it is converging right here. We're going to see if it tests the neutral and goes bearish. I mean, that might be what XRP needs, but it just seems like, again, the price has just remained pretty stagnant since February, which is most of the market anyway. So you can't really be that upset. You guys are crazy. I expected to see XRP to see $1 again. You're kind of disappointed. I mean, listen, you never know. You never know. Maybe you'll get just set your limit orders. Set your limit orders. Let's also talk about eToro. eToro is a friend of the show as well. We love eToro. Yoni is a great guy. We've also interviewed him on the Randi Hipper show probably about 3-4 years ago now. Time flies. So basically eToro, they have stocks. They were kind of like the company in like 2008, 2009, I believe, that came out with like SocialFi, where you could go and trade stocks on eToro, but also chat with other people. It was like a global community. Eventually they had to integrate crypto because crypto's amazing. And so they've kind of been laying low on the crypto side, but they are reiterating that they are doubling down on crypto. They still love us. They're still here for us. So for everyone that buys eToro stock, take a look at this. eToro, ticker ETOR, doubled down on their commitment to crypto even as digital asset activity weakened in the first quarter and into April. Revenue from crypto assets dropped 38% from the year earlier to $2.15 billion, which isn't like, a bad thing. Still making a lot of money. But net trading income from crypto derivatives fell 57% and overall net income rose 37%. They did say that the crypto activity decline extended into April with the total number of trades falling 32% year over year. And despite the downturn, the CEO, Yoni, is expressing a bullish outlook. He says, we do expect later this year to start seeing crypto rising back to near all-time highs, and that would drive crypto engagement. I would love to know, do you believe that Bitcoin will go back to all-time highs this year? Put a one-word yes emoji, two or no emoji in the chat. Let me know. Do you believe we are going back to all-time highs this year? I would love to know. Also, how many likes do we have? I don't know. We have 75 likes. Please smash the like, guys. We need 25 more for 100. I do ask that you warm my heart very gently. And boop the like button. Please do a little boopy. We're going to talk about JP Morgan. This just like, I don't know if I could really even get through this one because it just freaking irks my soul. JP Morgan has been tokenizing things for over 5 years. JPM coin, their own blockchain. All of a sudden, all the legislators and regulators were like, who? Oh, no, I can't see it. Who is doing it? Whoa, never mind. Oh, it's JP. Oh, we can't say anything to them. Oh, they're too powerful. Oh, no. Okay, I guess they didn't care about them moving billions of dollars over blockchain, but God forbid we did it on a DEX. We created a DEX. We did it ourselves. That's not okay, but it's okay for JP Morgan to do whatever they want. And they've been doing the first tokenize this, the first tokenize that for years, but they're still coming out with these bogus headlines that just drive me insane. So here's the headline. Apparently, JP Morgan is filing to launch new tokenized funds. Garbage. Lies. Lies, 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 lies. Lies. I'm sick of the lies. JP Morgan is preparing to launch a tokenized money market fund, the latest sign that their institutions and Wall Street asset managers are speeding up efforts to move trad assets onto blockchain. I gotta calm down. I gotta freaking calm down here. A Tuesday filing with the SEC outlined plans for a blockchain-based money market fund investing exclusively in short-term U.S. Treasuries, cash, and overnight repo agreements backed by government securities. And look where it's going to be. It is dubbed JP Morgan On-Chain Liquidity Token Money Market Fund, JLTXX. And it will maintain blockchain-based token balances tied to investors' ownership records, allowing approved users, again, approved users, not inclusive, exclusive, to submit, purchase, redemption, and transfer requests through Ethereum. The underlying assets will be operated by Kinexus Digital Assets, their own blockchain unit, formerly known as Onyx. But it's okay for them to do it. It's not okay for us to do it. Do you see the audacity of the banks and the regulators that don't bat an eye? Like, why don't we have approvals? Why don't we go and look at the banks and say, hey, bro, what kind of blockchain you got going on here? How does it work? Is it truly decentralized? Is it transparent? How much control do you have over the system? How exclusive can it be? They're building the interbanking digital asset system. They're building their own blockchain ecosystem. So that way, when Bitcoin's mainstream, everything's mainstream, they're like, hey, here's the CBDC. that's used within the banks. And we don't like you. Boop, you're done. You're blocked, son. And then you're excluded from the whole financial system. If everyone's so gung-ho on Clarity Act, I think if the banking industry really wants to go and intervene in the Clarity Act, then we should have some clarity as to what the banks are allowed to do with blockchain tech and how far they can go with censorship abilities. I thought the Donnie T administration was all about we can't debank anyone. Well, if they're really taking that stance, then they should be going in on the banks and asking them how controlling can they be when it comes down to their own blockchain. That we should get clarity on. That's the real Clarity Act right there. Can they issue CBDCs? Can they have tokenized deposits? Can they have tokenized money market funds? If so, is it on a transparent blockchain? And can they ice you out from the system and exclude you? Approved users, shove your approved users. We're going to go and have stocks and everything on chain and on decentralized exchanges, on DEXs, self-custodial DEXs. We do not need the banks. So if the banks want to come through, they better come through correct. Because otherwise we will rebel. We will rebel. We will not use them. We will boycott them. And I am ready to lead a boycott. And I think we should go to people on Capitol Hill, because I know some of y'all are listening on Capitol Hill, go and clock the banks. The American Bankers Association. They're complaining over here. Let's complain right back at them. I think it's only fair. I gotta freaking chill. Your girl has to chill, but I cannot chill. I already have the fan on. I lowered the AC 2 degrees. I am still losing it. I'm still losing it today, guys. I'm still losing it. We should be clocking the banks like they want to clock us. It is getting ridiculous. I need more. I need hearts in the chat. Can I see hearts? Can I see noodles? Can I just see some sort of happiness in this chat? I need emotional support. I need emotional support. I need my emotional support chat to come through, please, because this is getting crazy. Now, we're also going to talk about the fact that we do have the Clarity Act and the banks still freaking out like losers. I mean, never mind. We're going to talk about the Clarity Act. We're also going to talk about how we do have a new Fed chair that is, well, not officially yet, but somewhat almost a new Fed chair. Your spotlight starts now. Since we were just talking about the Clarity Act, let's just keep talking about it, shall we? Horrible bill. They're like, oh, Coinbase is like, oh, we had to compromise. No, we shouldn't be compromising. If we're going to have the Clarity Act, it should be clear for the crypto industry only. But if the bank wants to yap, we should go right back at them. But no one says anything to the banks. This is why they don't want me on Capitol Hill, bro. This is why they don't want me on Capitol Hill, because it would get really messy. It would be really messy. U.S. senators are filing over 100 amendments to this bill. And I'm telling you, a lot of them are paid by the banks. It's getting messy over here. Members of the Senate Banking Committee filed more than 100 amendments to the crypto market structure bill, set up for a markup on Thursday. According to a list obtained by Politico, Dem senators, no surprise, proposed dozens of changes while Republicans are seeking slight adjustments. It's not clear what specific details of each amendment are, but some concern issues are the committee being able to solve these problems for months. They can't freaking get their act together, which again, stablecoin yield should not be messed with by the banks. It's huckster fraudster activity. And again, if the banks were smart, they would actually offer yield on stablecoins to build a business and earn more fees. But no, they're not that smart. They're not that smart. But they tell us we're stupid. They tell us we're stupid. They gaslight us to tell us we're stupid. And so, again, they want further restrictions on offering stablecoin yields because, again, the banking and crypto lobbyists are failing to reach an agreement. The bankers should not be involved because this is a Clarity Act that is making the crypto industry clear. Why is this so mind-blowing to people? Another planned amendment from Dem Senator Chris Van Hollen pitches an ethics provision that Dems and some Republicans supported, which would bar the president, VP, senior officials, members of Congress, and their families from owning, promoting, or being affiliated with crypto. Huckster, fraudster activity. it's honestly freaking me out that they're telling us that politicians can't touch crypto when, again, stable coins, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, these are all part of DeFi. It is part of money. This is just money. But the central banks have a problem. These bankers have this little wire that doesn't connect in their head. Because according to the economic report of the president in 2023, it stated that the central bank doesn't view Bitcoin as money. They only view money that comes from a sovereign country. Well, there's a little loophole in your own definition of what money is, because money is not issued by a sovereign country. The United States does not issue the dollar. The Federal Reserve does, which is not federal. Therefore, is your definition of money even a real definition of money? No. So the only real money is Bitcoin, because there's a reason why it's created. It is verifiable and it is inflation resistant. So miss me with your absolute debauchery of what you would believe money to be. And then to have the audacity to say that these people should not be able to touch the next generation of money, but most of the people in Congress are insider trading stocks. Well, let's do some insider trading investigations first. Let's go back to Silicon Valley Bank, shall we? In 2023, we had 5 bank collapses. The first one was Silicon Valley. Are we not going to talk about how they warned China and a bunch of other foreign entities to pull their money out of the bank before it collapsed? Are we also not going to bring up the point that the executives at Silicon Valley Bank also took their money out of the bank before it collapsed? I would say there were some insider shenanigans going on there, allegedly. So don't tell me that the president, the VP, senior officials, members of Congress, and their families shouldn't touch crypto when they should be the ones actively experimenting with this tech to see how far we could bring the American economy with this new technology, because everyone's going offshore. No one's staying in the US because we're not serving our people and our economy, because these people tend to forget that they work for us. We do not work for them. We, the people, are a lot more strong than they are. So why don't we prove that to them? Share out this video, darn it. Clip it up, post it everywhere. Call your congressmen and women and let them know that this is absolutely horrible. This Dem senator was like, we need to protect software devs. That's the only thing that sort of makes sense until they said, creating a safe harbor from criminal liability for not registering as a money transmitter. This is good. This is good. But again, why would they even be considered a money transmitter when they create tech that they don't have control over? Like, it's getting to a point where we're just like not making sense. None of this is logical. And it doesn't take an economist. It doesn't take a politician. It doesn't take a freaking rocket scientist like Elon to go figure this out. It's obvious where the corruption is. Like, just wow. Just freaking wow. And how ridiculous this is. The Clarity Act is horrible. It should not pass. It should never pass. It's honestly embarrassing to America, the Clarity Act. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. It's not going to make you rich. It's not going to pump your bags. It only deters you. It deters this entire industry and basically tells the world, we're feeble, we're old, we don't know what we're doing. You guys can take our market share, which is just, it shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening. Sorry, guys, I got really spicy today. It's just I get worked up sometimes, like, over this controlling thing that they do. Like, they don't think we're smart. We have to tell them we actually are smart. We know what we're talking about. But these people think that we're just like not paying attention. We're clocking you, sir and ma'ams. We know what's going on. They don't want new millionaires. Exactly, Swole. That's a great freaking point on TikTok. They don't want new millionaires. You know what? I might freaking use that. That's in my brain. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. They don't want new millionaires. Because you know what? If you have purchasing power, if you have money, then you get to make decisions and influence things. They don't want other influence. Whew. We're going to continue. we're going to continue. Please smash the like. We need 15 more for 100, please. My blood pressure is high. I want the likes to go as high as my blood pressure. Senate is confirming Kevin Warsh to be the Fed board chair and all these things. This is craziness. Hopefully Kevin is who we think he is. Apparently Kevin's pretty bullish on crypto. He's crypto friendly. Jerome Powell just tells us to close the effing door, move on. If you guys don't know that clip, please look it up. It was hilarious. Here's the latest on Kev Warsh. The Senate confirmed Kev Warsh to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors on Tuesday, moving Donnie T's pick one step closer to becoming the next chair of the U.S. Central Bank. Lawmakers approved Warsh in a 51-45 vote. Senator John Fetterman was the only Dem to support this nomination. Warsh still must win a separate Senate vote to become Fed chair, which is expected today. Governors serve 14-year terms, while chair serves a 4-year term. If confirmed as chair, Warsh, 56 years old, would have replaced Jerome Powell, whose 8-year term leading the Fed ends Friday. Powell, however, says he plans to remain on the board until federal probes into renovations at the Fed's headquarters conclude. Again, that's because apparently the Fed was building a new HQ that was like billions of dollars, and then Donnie T was like, what's going on here? Jerome was like, what do you mean? We're just building a building to hide more documents and just burn them when it's not convenient for us. I mean, allegedly. I don't know. People on Capitol Hill love to burn documents. Operation Choke Point 2.0 documents got burned up in the ashes. We still never heard about that. Where are the docs? Where are the Operation Choke Point 2.0 documents? I would love to know. That's another thing I'm dying to know. We're also going to go into coins to watch real quick. We got to chill. Your girls got to chill. This is what we got. Yeah, no one's ever held accountable. I agree with you, friend on TikTok. Gainers and losers. Top gainer today is Injective, up 28.5%. Celestia is up 9.8%. Stacks is stacking, up 7.8%. Build On, up 6%. Edge is up 4%. Losers today, Humanity is down 15%. Venice down 14%. Sky AI down 12%. It's been on a massive rally, so that's reasonable. Toncoin is down 9.8%. And Terra Classic, I can't explain what's going on here, but it's down 9%. They're hanging out with the emails. The legendary emails, huh? I remember reading those emails years back. I was reading those emails and I was like, why is all this happening? And again, it's right in front of everybody's face, but for some reason, nobody goes and looks at it. And it just blows my mind sometimes. I don't know. I see, as we've gotten deeper into the subject, YouTube has tried to take us out here. I don't care. You know, sometimes I just got to say what I got to say. I got to rant. And rant appropriately. It just really like breaks my heart overall, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, it really just breaks my heart that, you know, they try to make us seem stupid. They gaslight us into thinking that we don't know what we're talking about, that we don't deserve to have money, to be rich. And again, like the whole idea of life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, like where is that going? They don't want you to be happy. A majority of America is depressed. Most of America we have record credit card debt right now. People aren't living. People don't want to have kids because they can't afford to even get married. Like, most men are sitting here like, oh, I can't even pay my own bills. How can I, get a girl and get her nails, her hair done, let her stay at home and raise kids? If we have kids, diapers are a fortune. Then they grow up, then they need different clothes every few months because they need, clothes. They're growing little babies. And then if they want to have a second kid, then they got to consider the bills with the second kid. And just giving birth alone is so expensive. And so I'm 23. I'm seeing a mix of people get married. I'm seeing a mix of people don't even know where they are today. And again, it's the lack of wanting to get married because they just can't afford life right now. That's not fair. The youth of America, the American dream is collapsing. But Bitcoin and being early in this industry is the only hope for America. But they constantly try to suppress us because the older generation wants you to own nothing and be happy. They don't realize that Gen Z is on the brink of rebelling. Gen Z doesn't stand for this. We've been lied to about everything our entire lives. We were not taught about how the banking system works. We were not taught about money printing. We were never taught how to go and invest in the stock market. How do you do a tax return? How do you apply for a mortgage? Like, guys, Gen Z is suffering. And it won't be long until Gen Z finally says we've had enough. I've had enough. Have you had enough? We've all had enough. It is, you know what? We could say right now is the best time to be alive, but we could make it better. That's my point. In an age that social media is breaking down geographical barriers, we should have money that does that too. So Gen Z knows what the future is, and we are constantly being oppressed. Our quality of life diminishes. Just because we have tech, we have access to technology, and it's new, doesn't mean it's better. My whole life is social media. My career is social media. But what they're doing through social media and trying to censor certain people like us, that's not fair. And when we support Bitcoin, we support crypto, we support a decentralized system, we put them in our place and say, no. Our liberties are number one. The government, you work for me. You work for me. Get ready, Gen Z's not happy. And we're not going to subscribe to the propaganda. We do live in the best country in the world, but it could be better. And we shouldn't settle for less. Thank you, Wiki. Appreciate you, Mr. Wicker. Also, say hi to Wifey and her curls for me. But we should not settle for less. We should not settle for less. The kids are, Bob Floss says she's got it. The kids are going to be all right. And John, who said that? Joe Harvey said, stop being super consumers. You know why Gen Z just travels and spends money? Because we don't see a bright future. We're like, we might as well live now because there's no guarantee, especially with WARs, with the economy. Gen Z says, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to go on vacations. We're going to go live our life and spend all of our money because we know our money's going to be worthless. Why would we work for dollars and hold them like our parents did? And just for it to just be worthless. 40 to 50% of our money supply was printed between 2020 and 2021. You look at the purchasing power from when my parents were young, $1 would buy you freaking lunch and a drink. Now you're nothing. $1 doesn't get you anything. They discontinued the penny because it costs more to make the penny than actually what it's worth. So why would we work so hard, not have our time and energy valued, and just wait until we're old just for us to look back and be like, ooh, we didn't go on that vacation and now our purchasing power sucks and now we're poor. So why didn't we just go spend the money while we had it? That's where Gen Z is right now. And it's going to come to a point, again, where Gen Z says no more, and they're going to exit this system and enter Bitcoin and crypto because at least they have freedom of speech. At least we have liberty here. And that's where I'm going to leave y'all today. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We are going to change the world here. I will not settle for less. We are going to fight. I will never stop fighting for Bitcoin. I will never stop fighting for crypto. I will never stop fighting for freedom because freedom is the only thing we have left to fight for. Sorry, but it is what it is. And Gen Z is done. America is done. We love America, but it could be better. And I think the government has seen better days. But we love you, America. We love the freedom of speech that we do have. I am grateful to be able to go on this live stream and rant my life away every single day as a woman. So I know what my rights are, and I'm very happy to have them. I'm very grateful for them. So thank you for everything. You guys are amazing. Please bless every single one of your hearts. Do only good every day. Doge, do only good every day. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you have not yet, please warm my heart by smashing the like, subscribing, sharing this out with friends. I'll put out a video in a little bit. At 11:45, actually, I am going on... Hold on, let me pull up her page so you guys could join this too. at 11:45, so it's 10:54. I have to do the after show. So we're gonna do the after show. Become a member, join the after show in Discord right now. But I'm going to. Oh, I didn't even see this tweet. Oh darn. Go ahead and join this Spaces at 11:45. So in about 45 minutes. Go join this. I'll be on Spaces with Mexi. She's absolutely amazing. I love her. We're going on tequila time today. So thank you guys so much. Please smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. Go to Discord right now. We have a members only after show. You could become a member by going in the YouTube chat, hitting that $, becoming a member, get your emojis to throw in the chat, and then get access to these after shows on Wednesdays and Fridays. I will see you guys. Oh shoot, I have bagels. Shoot, 1 second. Hold on. I'm running so late right now. Hold on. Wait. Oh my God, TikTok, you are driving me crazy. Okay, TikTok is driving me nuts. It's trying to take us out right now, so I'm trying to fix it. But we got our butters. This is still the truffle butter that they have. We have our bagel. Just want to show off some bagels today. This is my bagel of peace. This is my bagel of peace. Okay, we ripped. We're dipping. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Go to the Discord. I'll see you later. Mwah. Bye.